Hi, Danville. Alan Schultz here, Chief of Police for the town, and we're 10-8 in service, which means we're here to safeguard the lives, rights, and property of everyone we serve, and we do that in an effort to make people's lives better. We've got a special event tonight, so we're going to try to keep this nice and tight. There is a mayor's installation, so if you want to see us all live and in person, great event at the Village Theater tonight. It's the December 4th mayor's installation. It's the 43rd annual event, and this is where the new mayor will be sworn in at the Village Theater. And there's going to be some community awards that are going to be given out as well. It's actually a really fun event. I would encourage you to come join and participate and see how the town honors some citizens tonight. As always, we want you to download the Wildfire Preparedness and Evacuation Guide, the FEMA All Hazards Checklist. Make sure you sign up for the Community Warning System through the Sheriff's Office and visit the PG&E website. We haven't had them in a while. Let's cross our fingers. But on those power outages, they've been getting really good on the notifications and letting you know when the power is going to come back on. So do that. I just want to say thank you to everyone out there right now, because we just announced the Fill the Cruiser, the Toys for Tots toy drive, and we're already getting a ton of people bringing toys in. So thank you to those who have brought in. If you want to participate, you can come down to the police department during our hours of operation, Monday through Friday. We'd be happy to take them. We've got donation bins in the lobby, but if you want to see us in person, come down to Marshall's, 3140 Fostoria Way, and that'll be 2 times, December 5th and December 13th from 1 to 5 p.m. We'll be out there, and I heard Santa might even be there, so something fun to go see. But I'm never surprised anymore at the generosity of the people in the community of Danville. So we appreciate what you do, and if you want to donate, great opportunity. All right, communitycrimemap.com. You can get all the information there. You can zoom into your area and you can set alerts for that. You can also get sexual offender registry information there as well. Traffic accidents we didn't do so well on. We didn't have any reported collisions last week. This week we had a few. Most of them hit and runs. That's not good. The first one was on the 25th, and this is a semi-truck trailer, and we're not even sure if they knew the collision occurred, but they hit an awning on the 700 block of San Ramon Valley Boulevard and then left. We're working to follow up on that one. On the 26th, there was a hit and run of a parked car, and this was on the 600 block of El Capitan Drive. This is in the a neighborhood. And then on the 26th, we had another hit and run, and this is on a parked car on Greenbrook near El Capitan Drive. And then on the 27th, this was a little bit scary. This was our injury collision. This is a car versus a pedestrian. This is in the parking lot of 345 Railroad Avenue. On to crime. Had a couple of burglaries. This is the season where we tend to see, from November through January, we tend to see a little bit more in the way of burglaries. Thefts usually tend to uptick as well, but when you only have anywhere from 24 to about 48 burglaries each year, getting 2, 3, or 4 in a week is quite a bit. So on the 25th, we had a case of vodka that was stolen from the Bevmo on Diablo Road. That's a simple theft. Then we had a theft of property from 2 unlocked vehicles parked at a home on Morning Home Road, and we believe this occurred sometime between about 9 o'clock at night and 7:30 in the morning. On the 26th, there was theft from a property on Headland Court. So this was actually another burglary, and the suspect was later arrested in another county with the stolen property. On the 30th, property was taken from the shed, and then a small fire was set in a trash can, and that was at a location on the 500 block of San Ramon Valley Boulevard. Let me talk about the property theft real quick from Headland Court, though. Very interesting case, and this shows you that it doesn't always follow the timeline that you may think. In this particular case, it was an open house, and the theft was not reported. It was unknown that the theft even occurred. And there were some officers in another county that happened to, through their stop and investigation, ultimately ended up arresting the suspect and found him in possession of our victim's property. That police department then called us and asked us to go and do the initial part of the investigation, which is the theft, or in this case, the burglary investigation. And so we stitched it up that way. So it doesn't always involve the reported theft and then the apprehension of the person. In this case, it involved officers from another county and another city just doing outstanding police work, just being inquisitive, which is, I think, what we want our police officers in the community to do and to be. The arrest log is not so good. The arrest log for the week, we did have college night, which, if you don't know, college night is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And let me talk about that real quick. So the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, we get a lot of people coming back, usually kids, 21, 22 years old, coming back into town from college, and they all hang out in downtown Danville. And I'll be honest, and I know that kids sometimes can tend to get a bad rap, and I'm saying kids to about 21 years old, so that's a little weird, but kids generally get a bad rap for being up to no good. I'll tell you, I saw a lot of good behavior again this year. I saw a lot of people being dropped off by parents, being dropped off at Ubers, getting picked up by parents, picked up by Ubers. A lot of people just enjoying themselves, not starting fights. And so what we do, though, in an effort to prevent things from happening, because if we can put effort in the prevention bucket, that's where we want to be versus responding to crime happening. We put a lot of officers in the downtown area, knowing that there's going to be a lot of people drinking and a lot of alcohol and people maybe not doing good things, right? So we have officers on foot down there. Even I worked that event as the chief, and the lieutenant was down there, so it gets a lot of focus. We also put a lot of traffic officers out in the field. So in addition to the officers that are out there responding to 911 calls and all that, you'll have a complement of officers that are there specifically to look for DUI drivers. And so that's what we found. And we actually have a grant from the Office of Traffic Safety administered through the California Highway Patrol specifically to address drunk driving issues in town. So on that night, we had additional officers on, and so we arrested 2 people. A woman was cited after being stopped, and she was stopped after she got on the freeway, so southbound 680 near Diablo Road. And then on the 27th, the same night, we had a man that was cited for DUI, and he was stopped right there on Diablo Road near downtown. Now on the 28th, we booked a man, and he happened to be on probation. There was a dispute that was reported to us. We responded and found the man to be in violation of his probation, so we booked him in jail for violating his probation. On the 29th, we had 2 more arrests for DUI, and this one was a woman who was stopped for vehicle code violations and then ultimately arrested after the investigation for DUI and site released to a responsible party. And on the 29th, again, there was a man, though, and this one we responded to a collision. This was at Mustang Drive and Greenbrook Drive, and the driver was at the scene of the collision, ultimately arrested after the investigation, and then issued a citation and released. All right, checking the chat. I don't see any outstanding questions in the chat, so that's it. We're going to head downtown and go see who our new mayor is going to be. And if you want to join us, come on down. It's tonight. It's going to happen. It's actually, the doors are opening in about 15 minutes. And then the program starts promptly at 6. And we're also going to be giving out a lot of community awards. So come join us there. If you want an opportunity to give, 'tis the season. You can come see us on the 5th or the 13th at Marshall's, 3140 Fostoria Way, or you can just come down to the police department and drop off any unused, unwrapped gifts and toys, and we'd be happy to give them over to our friends in the Marine Corps for the Toys for Tots program. And then make sure you download the Wildfire Preparedness Evacuation Guide, the FEMA All Hazards Checklist, sign up to be alerted via our community warning system, and then make sure you visit the PG&E website. With that, we're 10-10, which means we're off duty, but we're always in service to you. Always 10-8. Have a good night, Danville.